We've found that one of the best ways to present ourselves in a way that creates authority, believe it or not, is to praise our team members. It might sound strange, but speaking highly of others not only creates respect and authority for them, our simple ability to recognize it in them speaks to our own intelligence, which in turn subtly demonstrates our own authority. We'd like to share a story that utilizes the influence principle of authority. This is a true story that happened to me when I was about 19 years old. It was so profound, I've never forgotten it. In fact, I've incorporated this lesson into every influential process I've ever developed since this moment in time in my life. Okay, the folks that I learned this from referred to this as edification or to edify. There are numerous definitions of this, but the one that fits what happened here the best is this: edification, used in general context to refer to the act of instructing, educating, or illuminating in a way that improves the overall impression, share of mind, or character of someone or something. We can summarize this to simply mean we speak highly of someone and we build them up. So I was about 19 years old at the time, and I had just finished playing my second year of college basketball out in the middle of Kansas. I had returned to my hometown of Nixon, Missouri for the summer when I got a call from a college teammate named Scott. Despite the fact that Scott was from New York, he had gone to live in Denver for the summer with his girlfriend. They had answered an ad that had promised visions of sugar plums, or in other words, the opportunity to make lots of money and make it fast. It was time to get rich. So Scott hits me up in the beginning of that summer and tells me about this amazing new company he just joined, Equinox International. He shares that he's on track to become a director in his first month and that the average director in this company earns $4,000 per month. Now, that might not be a lot of money to some of you watching this here, but this would have been the summer of 1995, and I was a broke 19-year-old college kid. Just 2 years prior to this, I was bagging groceries, stocking shelves, and mopping floors at Ramey's Price Cutter in Nixa for $3.30 per hour. A 40-hour week was worth $132 before tax. It would have taken me 30 weeks to earn $4,000. It's no wonder I baled a lot of hay growing up, eh? So Scott proceeds to tell me that this company has an office in Springfield, Missouri on Glenstone Avenue, and I'm in luck. They're hiring. He gets me set up to meet a guy named Jay McElhatton. He tells me to dress to impress and to get dressed up in my best suit that I've got, if I have one, or at least my Sunday best. So the following day, I'm dressed to the nines, for me at least, and I'm headed to an interview at about 6 p.m. I'm a college athlete at the time. I don't think I've worn a pair of dress shoes, but maybe twice in my life. Once to a wedding and once to a funeral. So I pull into this parking lot. It's this little strip mall, and there's so many cars, there's literally nowhere to park. I finally find a spot way down the lot and walk back up to the front door. As I walk in, there's this woman. She's probably in her mid-40s, and I mean, she looks like $1,000,000. As the door closes behind me, she takes a step towards me to shake my hand. With a big, beautiful smile, she says, "Hi, I'm Maya. Welcome to Equinox International. Who do I have the pleasure of meeting?" I stammer a bit, as most 19-year-olds would, and I say, "Hi, I'm Doug." To which she replies assertively, "Who are you here to see, Doug?" Jay McElhatton, I believe. And the conversation then proceeds like this.
You're here to see Jay?
Yeah, I was referred to him by a college teammate out in Denver.
Oh my. Well, you are incredibly fortunate. In fact, we all feel very fortunate to be working with Jay. Do you see that young man over there with the blonde hair in the black suit talking with that couple?
Yeah?
Well, Jay has only been with our company for a short time. He's already reached the director's position.
Really?
He most certainly has. In fact, Jay is on track to achieve one of our highest levels of leadership in the entire company by the end of the summer, and he's only 21 years old.
No kidding?
Yeah, and once he does that, he'll be known as an international marketing director. I know that doesn't mean much to you right now, but it'll be one of the things we cover this evening in the company-wide briefing.
The company-wide briefing?
Exactly. Our company is growing so quickly, we found that it makes the most sense to provide everyone a full overview of what our company is, where it's going, and the positions we're looking to fill. Let me introduce you to Jay.
Okay.
As we walk across the main room, it is set up with about 30 to 40 chairs. There's an aisle down the middle with 4 chairs to each side and about 5 or 6 rows deep. There's upbeat music playing, and there's about 30 people all standing around in small groups talking with one another. There's a large whiteboard on the wall in front of the room. There's a table full of products on the table off to the side of the room. And there was a television mounted above it. On that very table was a book I still reference to this day and read it at least twice per year. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. The energy in this room is amazing. As we make our way towards Jay, he catches us coming his way out of the corner of his eye. He shakes hands with the couple he's chatting with and says he'll catch up with them soon. He flashes a big smile, and as he steps toward us, Maya says, "Jay, this is Doug. I'll let the two of you get acquainted." "Doug, I think you and Jay might have a lot in common. It was a pleasure to meet you. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot of one another. You're in the best of hands with Jay." As Maya turns to walk away and begin talking with the couple Jay had just been talking with, I honestly don't know what to think. But I do know I was going to be hanging on every word that this 21-year-old kid was going to have to say to me. So then Jay says,
Doug Wyatt, the college basketball player from Kansas. I've heard some pretty amazing things. One of the things I heard that I like the most, and to be honest with you, you'll fit in very well around here with how competitive I've heard you are. Well, you definitely heard that part right. I love it! So, you had a chance to meet Maya? Yeah, she seems pretty great. Oh, you have no idea. She's my mentor. She holds one of the highest positions in the entire company as an international marketing director. Really? If not for her, I don't know where I'd be. I was a college baseball player, and I really thought I was gonna end up in the pros, but I tear up my shoulder a couple years ago, sliding into home. I was pretty much lost before I met Maya. She's helped me get further in my business career in the past 2 years than I thought I would in 10 or 15 years.
At about that moment, the upbeat music stopped and a voice said, "If you can all grab your seats, we'll go ahead and get started." We were standing about 3 rows back. Jay motions to 2 seats in front of us and said, "Let's go ahead and grab these 2 right here. I can't wait for you to see this." And the show began. Well, needless to say, I quit school for a time, joined Equinox International, started selling water filters, supplements, and skincare products. I began traveling around, going to see sales and personal development trainings all over the country and reading personal development books. Within a few short months, I opened my own Equinox office in Joplin, Missouri. I started conducting my own company-wide briefings. Not long thereafter, I moved to Denver, Colorado to live with Scott and build a team with him along the front range of the Rocky Mountains. Within a few months, the company was shut down. I got re-enrolled in school at the University of Colorado, but I had a taste for what was possible. I had a fire burning within me so hot, so bright, that I knew I was destined for more than I could have ever imagined. Equinox had changed me. Think and Grow Rich and Napoleon Hill had changed me. I got a job doing sales in a small call center in Boulder, Colorado while attending business school. Then, one night, I got the idea to start my own business. I decided I'd sign up a local pizzeria in Boulder called the Sweet Tomato Pizzeria and figure out how to sell a booklet of pizza coupons door to door for $20 each. Once I figured that out, over the course of about 6 months, I wrote my first comprehensive training manual, Expand and Scale. I started that business with $23 in the bank. In a short amount of time, I was making tens of thousands per month, and the rest, as they say, is history. The bottom line, you can become anything you want to be. We are only limited by our own thoughts and our own desires. There is, of course, more to this story, a lot more. Ups and downs, trials and tribulations, successes and failures. To wrap this up, Edifying our teammate can be incredibly powerful. It can solidify the prospect's decision to choose our company for their project and reassure them that they are in good hands. It can help them to believe that this is an organization that cares about one another and their customers. It can help to differentiate us from our competitors, and it can help us to influence with integrity, with a win-win in mind. And it will help you and your team become the authority.